strong earthquake, 6.5 in Indonesia with very bad consequences. It was detected in Papua, Indonesia. Tsunami warning has been issued. Gosh, guys, what is it with these tsunami warnings all the time? Absolutely crazy. Again, is the Pacific exploding, or is the Pacific Ring of Fire exploding right now? It certainly feels like this with the news every day. But let's have a closer look. Guys, 3 a.m. here, but I need to report this. Just in breaking news, a strong magnitude 6.3 at least earthquake in Indonesia. And you see the map here. This is the epicenter of the earthquake. They have to show me, where is it here? The orange one. 6.3 in Indonesia. I just walked the dogs and wanted to go to sleep, but this is just in powerful, destructive earthquake. The reports are coming in about the damages, unfortunately, of structures and people as well. So you see here on the USGS map, the 6.3, it's 193 kilometers west-northwest of Papua, Indonesia. And if we zoom in, you can see the epicenter here. So this dot is the 6.3, but the aftershocks are also coming in. And the questions are rising. Many people are asking, is the Pacific exploding? The Pacific Ring of Fire, with that many earthquakes in the higher ranges from Japan to Russia. And now we have this one here. And if we look at the latest earthquakes, of course, 90% of the strong earthquakes, or of the earthquakes of the world, appear here on the Pacific Ring of Fire. And I have reported a lot about Kamchatka here. But now we have some here in California, by the way, that happened just yesterday. But in the smaller ranges, it seems we have here a stronger one. But let's focus on Indonesia with over 200 million people. And now this strong earthquake has injured people, has ended people, and has done a lot of destruction. I can't tell you too much yet because the reports are just coming in. So if we zoom in here, it doesn't look like right where the epicenter is that there's too many people, but it seems the shaking was quite intense and the aftershocks really close by. We just had one 5.0, and then we had one here 4.8, and the 5.4, that is Japan, by the way. And while we're waiting for more information to come in, guys, really, you should watch my video about Kamchatka, because it is about this island that you see here. And on this island, there's 4 volcanoes, and one of them, they just found out last December. They have been looking for this one for decades, if not centuries. That was responsible in the 1800s to cool down the globe with a massive, massive volcanic eruption. And now they found it. And I tell you, it's here in Kamchatka, where unfortunately the recent earthquakes, the aftershocks, keep continuing. That's the bad stuff. And these aftershocks and the main shock keep triggering all these volcanoes here. If that one's triggered, Shizzy's going to hit the fizzy, guys. I can tell you this. But look at this Pacific Ring of Fire. This is very active. There's one area that is usually not that active. That is here. That's the Cascadia Fault, locked and loaded. And if I say not as active, I mean with the big ones, 6, 7, 8, it's overdue, and it can produce a magnitude 9 plus, and it will immediately send a tsunami towards the west coast. Australia is reporting that there's no tsunami threat for them from the magnitude 6.5 earthquake near West Papua in Indonesia. You see this here on the map, no threat. The green areas mean no threat. The red star is the epicenter of the earthquake. And look at the Pacific Ring of Fire. There have been 397. The current one counts as one magnitude 5 or higher in the last 30 days on the Pacific Ring of Fire. And you look, it's quite a bit. So look at this map. What's going on in Indonesia? What's going on in Papua? What we can say is the latest quakes in the last 24 hours, the magnitude 6.4, 6.5 earthquake, South Papua. Then we had just a 5.1 near the north coast of West Papua. And then in the past 24 hours in Indonesia, 56 quakes of magnitudes up to 6.4 or 6.5, one above 6, one between 5 and 6, 7 quakes between 4 and 5, 18 quakes between 3 and 4, 26 quakes between 2 and 3, and 3 quakes below magnitude 2 that people normally don't feel. The seismic activity index overall for that area is plus 10%. It is up 10%. And just in, it seems the tsunami alert has been lifted. The problem is that in this region, when it comes to the houses and the structures that people live in, they're very vulnerable to earthquake shaking and they collapse very, very easily. There are some resistant structures, but the predominant vulnerable building types are unreinforced brick homes with concrete floors, precast concrete frame with wall constructions. So recent earthquakes in the same area have caused secondary hazards aside from the home collapses, the structure collapses, like landslides that might have contributed to loss of life as well. And that shaking right now, guys, was not an earthquake. It's just me putting my leg into a different position. So yeah, you see this here on the map. We have also in these areas sometimes liquefaction that can be triggered by an earthquake. We will have to see what they will report, but initially 6.5, now we hear it's been downgraded to 6.3. We hear reports of different agencies of 6.4, somewhere in that range. They say it's a depth of 6.2 miles, but other reported at 38 kilometers, 23 miles. European agency has it at a depth of 20 kilometers, 12.4 miles. So we will have to wait for more information coming in. Epicenter located 194 kilometers, 112 west-northwest of Abipura with a population of 62,248 and 201 kilometers, that's 125 miles, west-northwest of Jayapura with a population of 404,000 people in Papua, Indonesia. So right now, they think 5,000 people have felt very strong shaking, 17,000 people strong shaking, and 14,000 people felt moderate shaking. So guys, I will keep you updated about this developing story. I'm going to catch a few hours of sleep, but a lot has happened. So I would urge you to check out the videos in the end screen. And if you like what I do, if you want to buy me some coffee so that when I wake up tomorrow, I have something that fills me up and gets me going to get a new report for you, guys. I'm too sleepy for you out, guys. Check the links in the description, everything you need to know, or click the join button or the super button. Thanks for doing that, guys, and I see you in the next one. Just click here. Bye.